Well, this is something. We just started out to go on a walk right here in front of our car. I saw this flake laying on the ground, laying right here. And then here's a pottery piece. And here's another pottery piece. And they're just laying on the ground. And look, this is the lip or the rim of the pottery piece. There's another piece here too. And the thing is, there's charcoal in here. So this is like the remains of an area where there's been a fire. But anyway, pretty cool. And it's just right here in front. We've been parked here now for a couple of days. Amazing. Very cool. Yeah, with the texture. Every family had their own design that they handed down from mother to daughter. Almost fit?
Almost.
Oh yeah, maybe just rough around the edges from
Yes.
1,000 years of laying on the ground here. Well, let's go on our walk. That encourages me. Well, the wind is just howling today. It's gusting 35 or so, maybe higher. Once we get into the trees here, it'll be better. But we were kind of holed up in the trailer and answering comments. But we decided we needed to get out. And here's the blade from one of those disposable blade hunting knives. It's so easy just to sharpen your knife. You don't need these. Well, it's not so bad when you get into the trees, but man, you get out in the open and that wind will blow you away. It's the reason we camped here in the juniper forest, because we knew that we could get some shelter. Yeah. Linda and I are just discussing moving camp. We might be able to find a place that's better protected. We can always come back. Yeah, this almost has the appearance of a grave. Piece of metal laying here in the rocks too. Huh. That looks familiar. Anyways, laying there in the rocks here. Well, we're gonna move out. Find a better place out of the wind for today and tonight. It's supposed to be pretty blustery, so we'll find something better.
Yeah, but look at those cliffs. Yeah, ranch, corral, and horses.
Wow. Sure turned into something else, didn't it?
Yeah, and I think we were up there somewhere.
Well, this road sure took us down into a beautiful place. Oh my goodness. Had no idea.
Okay, down in here, the summer. wash the tires off the trailer and car.
Well, I'd have to say we did all right. We're camped next to a stream. Look at those hills. Oh, look at that cliff. This is just, I don't know, 10 minutes down the road from where we were. Now the wind is shrieking right in front here, where you see the road. But we're tucked up against this hill here and just blots out everything. And over here behind the trailer, a big shady spot to sit. I'm gonna go get the chairs. Well, I'm gonna sit down and try out the spot. Yeah, look at the wind in the trees just on the other side. I'm totally sheltered where I'm sitting. And the view is spectacular. Well, sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. This time we won. Yeah, we are actually planning on leaving this area tomorrow morning. But this is nice enough. It may pay to stay for a little while. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see who comes down the road, but I think it's just the rancher. There's some ranching going on down in this area. It's not much of a road. So I think it's going to be pretty quiet. I just left camp and we're out for a bit of a hike. I want to get up on top of this ridge line just above Linda here. I think we'll go up the road here a little bit and then cut back. Yeah, we just came across a dead snake in the road. It's not a rattler, but it's a reminder that we need to move real carefully in here. Right off the bat, find a flake laying on the ground. Immediately. And for those of you who don't know, flakes are left over from tool making. This is a piece of agate. The reason we're out poking around is because, well, it's because we love to do this. The other reason is the spot where we found those pottery shards yesterday is only a couple of miles from here. And there was no water in that location, but there's water in this location. So I thought this might be a good place to just kind of look around. Okay, there are tool making flakes all over here, so I'm going to stop showing them to you. But they're all over. Now that just tells me that the Native Americans at one point hung out in this area a lot. There's a fire ring here. This is a recent one because there's nothing growing up in it, and you can see, you know, more recent charcoal. Well, there's another one over here to the left next to those trees. This is probably from more like the cowboys coming in, maybe during Roundup or something like that. There's a big pit up here. This is old. Can you make out the ring of rocks? What did you say about this one, Linda?
That it's a roasting pit, maybe.
From roasting agave, yeah?
Yeah.
And it's probably 30 feet one side to the other and maybe half that across. But the camera makes it look bigger than it is.
This hole is very well worn. More well worn than out here. It could have been a nutting hole. It's where you put a nut in there and you take another rock and you crack it.
Well, I was coming through here and I started seeing a pile of flakes on the ground. And I looked to my right and there's a small pit. And I've seen this before. I can't exactly explain. I can just tell you what I think they are, but I'll tell you why. See, this is a pit right here, maybe 10 feet across. You can see where they piled all the stones all around it here. And what I think this is Linda and I are standing on top of a peninsula that is in a crook of the river down below. And you have to imagine that this predates the trees around it. So from where I'm standing, you could look all the way, if these trees weren't here in front of me, all the way down the valley this side and all the way down the valley on the other side here. So what do I think this was? An observation post. You could sit up on top of here and see people coming from a mile in each direction. People that would be following the river down below. They, had sentries posted up here. And that's also why you find all the flakes. What does a sentry do while he's sitting there all day long? Well, he knaps stone and makes tools. Then keeps looking up and down the river. Who knows? I don't know. These are not mining pits, by the way. These are not recent at all. They're old. I don't know if that's a fact, but we see this a lot. Over the years, we've seen this on anywhere where you can get a observation where you can look up and down a valley. Go up on top and look for a pit like that out here in the west. And usually you find one. These never come out as beautiful on video as what it is in real life. Just a spiny cactus with the most delicate flower you can imagine. Well, we just decided to explore across the stream and see what's on this side. It's beautiful over here. Lots of grassy areas, tall junipers, cedars, and I don't know, we'll just see what's out here. Look at somebody's campsite back in here. They made some kind of tables out of really thick wood. Those are like 3.5 inches thick. Wow. They actually built a pretty nice place back in here. Fire ring and all.
That fellow that came in.
Yeah. That drove past us?
Yeah, that talked to us yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I figured there was a spot like this here because he said his family was having a celebration of life.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Linda, what's the name of that river?
On the map it says the Tularosa River.
Yeah, it looks like a creek to me, but you can tell by the embankment that sometimes it flows pretty strong through here, but just a beautiful little place anyway.
Hey, I think these are wild grapes or a wild grapevine.
I've never seen wild grapes before. So these little tiny things here, these are going to be clusters of grapes, you think?
Yeah, if they are grapes.
Well, we'll just have to come back here pretty soon.
What a cool little valley, yeah? Surrounded by a deserty hillsides, and down in here it's like a little oasis.
Yeah, up on top it's just sagebrush and
Dust.
dust. That's what we left yesterday, was all that blowing dust. Yeah, down here it's just incredible.
Well, we were out hiking and quite a distance away along the creek and through the woods from our car, and we can hear a car alarm go off. And there are some other people parked near us. It may be theirs, but it could be ours. So Rick is gonna launch the drone to see if he can see what's going on, because that's a lot faster than us going. You can hear it up in the air. And there she goes. All right. Okay, what are you seeing, Rick?
There's a group of people that were, it's that family. There's a little one with them too, and they were standing in the creek next to our car. They looked up at the drone, and I've got it on video here, so I'm showing it to you while while I'm talking here. So we can take our time going back, it's all right. But it is time to go back, because I'm hungry and it's lunchtime.
Yeah.
All right, bring in the drone back. It amazes me how this comes back to the exact spot that it takes off from every time. So cool. Yeah, so we used the drone to make sure our car was okay. And because we could hear the horn going off, you know. So, but I don't think that were meant to do us any harm. You know, like I said, it's a family. They had a little one and everything.
Yeah, but It's time to head back for lunch anyway.
Yep, heading back home. Heading back to camp. So I was just curious, Linda, what's for lunch?
Wait. What's for lunch?
Yeah.
Shoot. Thank you. Shoot. What's for lunch? What, I can forage out of the stream?
Oh my goodness, those fish were tiny. They're like an inch long.
Yeah, you fry them up in hot oil, lots of salt, pepper. I don't know. Spaghetti?
Sounds good to me. But anyways, we're back. Everything's okay though. Nothing got broken into or anything, so.
So we're good.
You gonna start on that spaghetti now, or?
I don't know. Spaghetti or sandwich?
Oh, now that we're back, it changes.
Oh, spaghetti sandwich.
Well, after careful consideration, Linda and I have made the decision to pack it up and leave this spot. Yeah, Linda.
Yeah. This is a beautiful, peaceful spot, but it just was too weird.
Yeah. Yeah, after that incident, you know, a couple hours ago, we just don't feel comfortable staying here. So the best thing to do in a situation like that is to follow your EBGB sense and get out. We're pretty remote here, but not but in the sense of it's a bunch of dirt roads and a few turns to get here, and we're kind of tucked in back here, but we just don't feel comfortable. So we're going to head down the road.
Yeah.
Yep.
Heli on.
That's Hawaiian for move on. Okay, you guys. Anyways, thanks for coming along on this video. We'll get back to you real soon with the beginning of the next one. See you around.